Alright, Mum, so we are supposed to, obviously the next one we would make would be block 28. But block 28 has fabric E. We're not making block 28, and we're not making block 29, and we're not making block 30. So, at this point, we're going to make block 31. Now, block 31 is a jump ahead, but we do have to get them all done. So we're going to do block 31, and then block 32, which is this one here. I like this one. And then we have to wait for the next card lot to arrive. So, yay for block 31. What are we doing here? So we're going to do a heart. Well, let's do it the way we normally do it. So I have a little bit of a what on earth's going on here moment. Let's try and figure this out together. This probably is going to be a bit of a longer block. We should definitely move it. We can still see green on the iPhone. Alright. So, let's try and work this out. Does it stretch over 2 pages? No, just this one. Okay. So, that's 8. Okay, so what are we doing here? We're doing 4 at a time. They're just bigger than normal. Right, that's easy. We know how to do that. I might zoom out a little bit. Okay, so that's 4 at a time. Then here, what are we doing? Okay, so what do we need to do? Okay. Alright, we're going to read this out loud. So following the 4 at a time, make these. Trim down to 3.5 square inches. Cool. Use a scant seam to sew one of these and one of these together. Oh, this is going to take, okay. This is going to take brain power that I currently don't possess. So we're going to do this one step at a time. Talk about jumping from not much to something. All right, I'm going to iron these two and then I'll be back. All right. We have sewn the outside of this. So now I'm going to chop it like we do normally. Normally they're a bit smaller. We just got bigger now. For bigger, we're definitely going to use this. All right, we're prepping these first. I feel like that's a sensible approach to doing something for the first time and making it complicated because we've missed the fabrics. Alright. Okay. Now, the good news is 3.5 still fits on this. So we're still going to use this ruler to square them up, and I will probably do that on the camera. Alright, let me iron these. I'll be back. Okay. Ironed. And you can see that they're going to trim down. So it looks a bit weird now, but it'll be fine. Alright. So we're trimming down to 3.5 inches. 1, 2, 3.5, and the 45 goes through there. Make it straight. Alright, so 1, 2, 3.5, which lines up nicely with the point. Alright, we'll put that one aside. I don't know why. I like starting with the white side. I definitely concentrate on that first one. Look, I noticed mine aren't perfect, but that's what makes it handmade, right? I don't know if that was my sewing or my cutting on the half squares. Alright, one more to go, and then we do the complicated bit. Nearly there. Alright, now let's hit our brains. Make. Alright, so we have that. Make 4, then trim evenly. Make 4 split ones evenly. Alright, so if we go back to this. Okay. Take a pre-made half square and one fabric on the same side. Place them right sides together, paying attention where the colours meet. Right, so it wants main fabric there, and it wants, alright, we're following that, and we're replicating that here. Okay, draw a line on top, we'll draw the line that way then, I'm going to do this book out of the way. Alright, so we're drawing the line opposite. I'm going to orientate this differently. Nope. Alright. Alright. I'm cool with that for now. Because I know we're going to iron these, so I don't want to use my other one. Alright, so I want that going that way, and this going this way. So our line's going here to here. You can't, I don't think you can see it. There. I'm probably going to get a different colour chalk for this fabric. I think I have a blue one somewhere. Okay. Now, we're sewing here. We want to make sure that's neat. Okay. Which way is my seam going that way? Okay. Alright. Pause for 1 second. Okay. Blue. Because that pink cannot be seen. Okay. You see the blue line? Alright. So same as before, we're going to go 1/4 inch on either side. And we do this with a scant or a normal? Standard. to the outside of the drawn line if a scant seam. Oh, okay, hang on. Let's go back to ours. We're on scant seams. Okay, so keep your scant scheme. You're going to need that foot. So switch your foot, and then we're going to go one on each side. Hopefully we don't screw this up. Well, you won't, because I'll correct it, but hopefully I don't screw it up. Okay. We have sewn either side of our diagonal, and we're just going to cut it. Now, before we cut it, because we're going to be sensible, I'm going to open this up and look on 32. Okay. I think it's wrong. So how, well, hang on. No, that's right. Well, if that's right, then that, there's no way to make them both right because it's opposites. Oh, I'm going to brave it and I'm going to cut it. Screw it. It's the worst that can happen, right? I'm wrong. Ooh, definitely standing up for this one. Let me zoom back out there. Alright, confidence level low. Doing it anyway. Okay. Gonna iron these. Oh, I think it's wrong. I think I should have done that. Don't cut me, Emma. Yes. I don't understand. There wouldn't be any way for them both to be the same. Are you only using half of them? Let me read it more. You only need 4. Oh, so you only must be taking one side of them. Because that's 1. Oh. So the units together are shown. Hang on, Brian's got the vacuum cleaner. Alright, Brian is still doing the vacuuming, but I've had to think about this. So, this is the one we want, and I think this one's just a spare, because we only use 4 of these to make the block. So, I think we get an extra block. I don't know, I'm going to keep them aside. So, I have prepped my lines going opposite direction to my diagonals. See, opposites. And I'm going to sew and cut these. I'm going to be brave and I'm going to do it. No, I don't have enough fabric, I think, if we need to change this, but we'll wing it anyway. So here goes nothing. I'm going to come back after I have sewn and cut all of these. Alright, he's temporarily stopped with the vacuum cleaner. Alright, I'm going in. I definitely think I'm right. Otherwise, why else would I be doing this? Hardly be going into this. If I thought I was wrong, sewing is definitely not the best today. If I am right, I guess this is a good way to get 2 blocks. Otherwise, I don't know why you would. I mean, I guess it's pretty, but I don't know why you would do it. It seems very wasteful if we're not going to use the other half of these. Alright, I'm going to iron these, and then we're going to see if this works. Alright. Do I need to zoom out a little bit? Possibly. Maybe we need those for a minute. Alright, so we're only interested in the ones where the blue is on the left. Right, so I guess we don't need those. We need to trim down, but I'm not going to trim down yet. I'm going to make sure this works. Okay, it does. Alright, so that's the block. Why would you waste these then? Okay, that's that. What could you do with these ones then? Could you do the same thing, but maybe it doesn't look as good? Oh, I've done something wrong there. Hang on. Purple, purple, purple. Oh yeah, you can do it with the white as well. Okay. I don't know. I guess we could use these later. I'm not trimming them down. I'm just going to leave them as they are and pin them to the block, but we'll work with the ones that it wants us to work with. Okay. So we need, okay, 4 at a time. Alright, so I put them all back in the same direction. Alright. Well, it can't be 3.5. What do we trim them down to? No, don't say there's a problem. What? Use the 3.5 fabrics. How can that not work? 1, 2, 3. I can only do 3. I did scant seams. I did 3.5. I did 3.5. I know. Something doesn't work. Evenly trim the split quarter down to 3.5 square. 1, 2, 3.5. That ain't mapping. At best, I've got 3.25. My machine's on the right. What did I... You can't get it. If I set a 1/4 inch, 3.25. Alright. I don't know about this block, Mum. I'm going to pause for a second and think. Alright. My seams are too big. So even though I've got it on a scant seam, I haven't been sewing on a scant seam. You can tell I've been sewing on a 1/4 inch. So it's gonna be small. I'm gonna think about that for a bit longer. Yep. I'm gonna stop for a while and I'm gonna come back and figure out how to recover this. Alright. We've had a ponder. Now, is this gonna work? Probably not. Is this a lesson in making sure your seams are correct size? Definitely. Will we be getting the friction pen out where it irons off going forward for these 1/4 squares? Yes, we will. So, I have enough fabric to remake this, but I'm not going to yet. because it feels just a bit defeatist. So what am I going to do? So I need the biggest block I can from this that's square. So that's what I'm going to make. I'm just going to square these up to the biggest size possible, which at this case is going to be 3 1/4. Not the best ruler for 3 1/4, but I got a little triangle here I can use, so I'm using it. Is it going to be perfect? No. Am I going to do some weird ass dainty seams at the end? Yep. I'm cool with it. Alright, so that's what I'm doing. Do not do what I have done with this block, obviously. God, that one's even worse. I don't think this is recoverable. Alright, it's not recoverable. Okay, well, we know what not to do on this one. So I'm calling it quits. The next one requires the same thing, so I am going to go find the right pen. I'm going to remake this one before I do 32 because I don't think I'm going to have enough fabric to fix this one if I fuck it up. So, yeah. This is going to be block 31, a lesson in doing your seams the correct size. And then the next episode will be block 31. I've done my seams correctly. Is this going to work? Bye. Alright, Mum. We're back with block 31. Now, we had problems with block 31 in that I did not sew on scant seams. I tried to. I thought I did, but I did not. So, this will not make the right size block. It'll be under 6 inches. That's nice. So, we're not using that. We have found fabric though. So, there'll be another video that I recorded earlier when I found that fabric that I'll insert here. I'm going to stop this and then I'm going to start again and then we're gonna go.